Choksi was arrested in Dominica. India Today TV has accessed some photographs where he's seen behind bars and has injury marks on his body. In a startling revelation, Antigua and Barbuda Prime Minister has said that Mehul Choksi left Antigua with his girlfriend, but he was caught in Dominica. Antigua also said that after his arrest, an Indian plane had arrived in Dominica with documents from Indian courts to confirm that he indeed is a fugitive and he may be deported back. Antigua Prime Minister has also said that Choksi was funding the opposition party in Antigua so that if opposition party wins elections, then he would be left off the hook in the country. The pictures of this alleged assault emerged after Choksi's lawyer alleged he was abducted from Antigua and Barbuda, forcibly taken to Dominica and was badly beaten up. However, Antigua and Barbuda police chief have denied the allegations by Choksi's lawyers and said he has no information or indication that he was forcefully removed from Antigua.
The Dominican government has a free hand to act. In fact, Mehul Choksi may have made a mistake to travel to Dominica. The information that we're getting now is that he may have taken his girlfriend to Dominica, probably to dinner to have a good time and so on, and got caught. Now, that would have been a monumental error because whereas in Antigua, because he's a citizen, we could not deport him. What is happening here, is that they are literally defending the campaign money. So here's a situation in which Choksi had the best law firm representing him. He had, what's his name there? Dorset and Watt, Sir Gerald Watt and Dr. Dorset.
Yes, David
their
Dorset.
law firm defending him, doing a good job. In fact, they're the ones who moved quickly and really avoided the revocation of his citizenship and tied up everything in court. But some UPP individuals befriended him, started to take money from him, small contributions, and he promised them big contributions since they told him that they will get their UPP lawyers to get him off the hook, and that if they win the next general elections, that they will protect him.
Let's now listen to what Antigua Police Chief Atlee Rodney had said on the allegations that Choksi was in fact abducted and forcibly moved to Dominica.
No information or any indication from Antigua that he was forcefully removed. The only assertion we are hearing is what was said by the attorney, and Dominica police officers are not confirming that story from the attorney. So we have no information, we have no evidence that he was forcefully removed from Antigua. And even in the assertion made by the attorney, there is no such truth to that any police force in Antigua was involved in that. We had no involvement in any movement of him from Antigua to Dominica or wherever he left to.
Shifting focus, in more trouble for wrestler Sushil Kumar, a shopkeeper has now alleged he was thrashed by the Olympian when he approached him to get his dues. The shopkeeper has also said he had supplied ration worth 4 lakh rupees to Delhi's Chhatrasal Stadium where Sushil Kumar trained. He said when he asked for the dues, he was first beaten up by him and then by his accomplices.
एक दिन सवेरे सवेरे मेरे पास धर्मा का फोन आया कि सुशील जी बुला रहे हैं, आज तेरे को पैसे मिल जाएंगे। मैं घर से नाश्ता ही कर रहा था, मैं उसके दौरान उठ के गया तो वहाँ सुशील खड़ा था और 40-50 पहलवान और खड़े थे। तो धर्मा कहता जी आ गया जी राशन वाले जी सतीश जी। तो वो कहता तू यहाँ क्यों आया? सुशील कुमार जी बोले तू यहाँ क्यों आया? वीरेंद्र से जाके पैसे मांग। वीरेंद्र ने राशन लिया होगा, वीरेंद्र से जाके पैसे मांग, मैंने थोड़ा ना मंगाया। मैं सर मेन हेड तो आप हो, वो तो ट्रांसफर हो गए, पैसे तो बच्चों ने इकट्ठे करके देने हैं ना, आपने देने हैं, अब अशोक जी देंगे। मैं तो मर जाऊंगा नहीं तो, मैं इतने पैसे, मैं बहुत छोटा दुकानदार हूँ, मैं कहाँ से लाऊंगा? कहता अच्छा मरेगा। छुटते मेरे सुशील कुमार जी ने 2-3 हाथ दिए, जैसे उन्होंने हाथ दिए ऐसे सारे जो 30-40 पहलवान वहां 50 खड़े थे सबने मारना शुरू कर दिया। मेरे को तो फुटबॉल बना दिया। मैं तो 1 हफ्ते तक तो घर से उठ नहीं पाया कि इस गम में कि मेरे साथ हुआ क्या है। मैंने अपने राशन के पैसे लेने हैं और पहलवानों से मैं पिट के आ रहा हूँ। सबसे पहला हाथ सुशील ने मारा था मेरे।
सुशील कुमार जो पहलवान है जिनको जो आज फंसे हुए हैं,
आज जो फंसे हुए हैं।
Well, a day before National Capital goes for a partial unlock, there has been a steep decline in the cases of COVID. In the last 24 hours, the capital has recorded 956 cases. This is the lowest case count in Delhi since the 22nd of March, when the capital had recorded 888 cases. When the lockdown continues to be in place, production units, construction activities in the capital will resume from tomorrow. Delhi government has given the conditional nod for resumption of these activities, mandating social distancing, masks and COVID testing.
Unlock process will be start in the capital by tomorrow. Delhi government has given some relaxation to the factory and the construction work, but construction builders are confused by Delhi government guidelines. Right now we are at Krishna Nagar. Some construction work are start, but some builders are totally confused by the Delhi government guidelines. Construction builders are confused. They are demanding that government has opened all raw material shops in the capital. This is Sushant Mehra with camera person Nasir Khan for India Today.
Delhi is recovering from the second wave of COVID. In last 24 hours, the cases that are registered are less than 1,000 cases. So this comes situation as it was in the third week of March this year. Later we started seeing more cases from the April 1st and second week onwards. The recovery rate is also more than 97%. The positivity rate is less than 1.5%. And clearly, when there is a respite in these cases, the surge is started coming down. Clearly, this is time to unlocking the national capital. So certain relief has been announced with the lockdown that is announced for the 7th June. Construction activities, the factories, those enterprises are going to open, but there will be clearly a strict check by the district magistrate, the local officials, whether there is a violation of further rules, the COVID safety, appropriate behavior, safety protocols that should not be violated. But in the meanwhile, the biggest challenge is to vaccination, because that's the ultimate way and the only way to safeguard and prevent the further surge. As we have witnessed the second wave, the third wave should not be like this clearly. But the vaccination is challenging these days because in the national capital alone, almost all the government centers are shut down. There are no vaccines, as the government say. There's a fight between state and center. But the biggest relief could be the private players, NGOs. Those are coming out with their own vaccination center, like one of these right behind me in the southern Delhi. You can register through the COVID app, get yourself inoculated here, or the walk-in facility. The biggest respite is that you can come to these vaccination center and have walk-in facility. Of course, you pay a small prices, 1,000 rupees per dose, and then get yourself vaccinated, save yourself from the COVID's third or any wave. With this report, in South Delhi with Vakar, this is Ashutosh Mishra for India Today.
Well, vaccine politics has escalated once again. Congress has launched a scathing attack on the BJP, asking how could the centre vaccinate India by the end of December 2021. Congress said people are running from pillar to post looking for vaccines, and if everything goes like this, then there could also be the 8th wave. On Friday, Union Minister Prakash Javadekar had said India will be fully vaccinated by 2021. While presenting the blueprint, he also said the centre would ensure the vaccination of 108 crore people by the end of December. To vaccinate 108 crore people, India needs 216 crore doses, and right now 3 vaccines are available in India's Serum Institute's Covishield, Bharat Biotech's Covaxin and Russia's Sputnik V. Meanwhile, Bharat Biotech said manufacturing, testing and release for a batch of Covaxin takes around 4 months.
दिसंबर तक 216 करोड़ डोसेस यानी 108 करोड़ लोगों का वैक्सीनेशन कैसे होगा, इसका पूरा खाका दिया है। कोविशील्ड, कोवैक्सीन, जाइडस कैडिला, नोवावैक्स, जेनोवा, स्पुतनिक, देश में तैयार होने वाले और बाहर से भी जो स्पुतनिक आया है, इन सबका उल्लेख उसमें है।
मुझे ये समझाइए जावड़ेकर जी, क्या आप भूखे देखे? मैं गई, मेरे अपनी वैक्सीन के लिए मुझे कहां कहां भटकना पड़ा मैं जानती हूं, और आपको भी बताऊंगी। विदेश और दूसरे देशों में ये कब की प्लानिंग हो गई थी? पिछले साल ही, कि उनके देशवासियों को सुरक्षित रखने के लिए वो मंगवा के रखे हैं, तैयार करके रख दिए हैं, मगर हम थाली बजा रहे थे, सीटी बजा रहे थे।
Villagers in Rajasthan's Dausa shared their heartbreaking story with us. Dausa is completely disconnected from all facilities. The situation is actually so grim that even an ambulance can't enter the village because of poor road connectivity. Take a look at how the people living here are coping up. This is Rajasthan's Dausa village. One would think COVID is almost non-existent here, looking at the people who roam around freely without masks or any social distancing.
न तो यहाँ कोई बाहर का व्यक्ति आता है, ना ही हम जाते हैं कहीं भी, बाजार हो कुछ भी हो। हमारे लायक हमारे यहाँ खेती बाड़ी हमारी इतनी सी है, हम फल सब्जी वगैरह हमारी यहीं होती है, इसलिए हमको न तो कहीं बाजार में जाना पड़ता है, ना हम जानबूझकर भी नहीं जाते हैं, क्योंकि किसी के कोरोना हो रहा है, कभी क्या हो रहा है, तो इसलिए हम जाते नहीं, हमारी सेफ्टी खुद ही करते हैं।
मास्क हम बाजार में जाते हैं तो पुलिस डंडा देती है, मास्क ले आए कहाँ से? हमारे पास मास्क की कोई व्यवस्था नहीं है, कोई सुविधा नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है यहाँ पर।
But the real urban-rural divide is heartbreaking. Dausa is completely disconnected from facilities, medical or otherwise.
यहाँ पे कुछ भी नहीं है, न भी कभी डॉक्टर आते हैं, न कभी कोई नेता आता है, कुछ नहीं है यहाँ, कोई सुविधा भी नहीं है। आप देख लो,
आपके सांसद विधायक कभी आए नहीं?
ना चुनाव से पहले आए थे बस, जीतने से पहले, उसके बाद में आज तक आके ही नहीं देखा।
2-2.5 साल हो गए।
हाँ बिल्कुल।
So what happens when someone falls ill? When they see nuskas fail, they transport the patient on a cot to a hospital to the nearest town.
क्या करते हैं, कैसे कभी बीमार पड़ता है तो क्या करते हैं आप?
खाट में धर ले जाओ।
Ambulances from far-off district hospitals refuse to enter villages like these, citing the poor condition of the roads.
मैडम जी आई थी, उसने उद्घाटन कर दिया, हमने बोला था तुम जल्दी काम करो, बोला हो जाएगा जल्दी तुम्हारा काम, तो 19 में आई थी, अब 21 चल रही है।
To make matters worse, there is a major communication hurdle in Dausa and 18 other villages in the state because of poor cell phone connectivity. Villagers often resort to climbing trees to get reception.
यहाँ टावर तो लेता नहीं है फोन, और कुछ समस्या ही समस्या है हमारे लिए।
यहाँ से 10 किलोमीटर दूर जाके तो फोन टावर लेते हैं।
With poor mobile connectivity, lack of healthcare facility and a district administration turning a deaf ear to these blind spots, villages like Dausa are left to fend for themselves amid a raging pandemic. With Sharat Kumar, Bureau Report,